say one thing about Eric.
There he is! Present our esteemed Prince Erik.
Where are you going, Erik?
Come on, Erik!
Erik! Welcome back, Erik! 그 젊은 성분 중에서 에릭 씨가 그 특별히 인기 있는 이유가 뭐예요?
Erik, where are you going?
Erik, calm your mind.
Hello, Erik.
아, 윤호래 씨가 진짜 보고 싶은
Erik, what the hell?
에릭 씨!
Welcome to a new episode of the film itself. Do you remember the Goonies? A pirate map, skeletons, a ship, and a gang of misfits made this movie an all-time classic. So stay tuned, and spoilers ahead. Made in 1985 by Richard Donner, who made Superman and Lethal Weapon. A gang of outsiders, called themselves the Goonies, will be evicted from their homes. They found a pirate map for a hidden treasure, and maybe the end of their problems. Although directed by Richard Donner, it's really a Spielberg movie. His fingerprints are all over the movie, and it was initially his idea. So why is this movie so important? I'm glad you asked. Because inside this movie are many elements from a horror movie, but it's inside a children's film. The kids from the 80s love this movie because of this new approach to filmmaking. Through carefully chosen frames and partially lit parts, this movie creates a thick, anxious atmosphere that keeps the audience at the edge of their seat. So what are the elements from the horror movies? First of all, it has stereotypical characters. The gang of misfits includes a jock, a fat ass, a smart ass, a handsome guy, and a leader. They all go to investigate in unknown places to find that hidden treasure, just like in the horror movies. And of course, they all get into trouble. This movie begins with a faked suicide. It's kind of tough to see that in a children's movie. But the key lies in showing the nasty and the horrific stuff, but in a very acceptable way.
Hey kid, I want you to spill your guts. Tell us everything. Everything.
Everything. Okay, I'll talk.
The locations are very dark and scary. The basement under the house of the criminal's hideout is pretty much taken straight from a horror movie, like See No Evil or Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. Most booby traps are copied from an Indiana Jones movie, for example, the big stone trap, the crumbling floor, crossing a dangerous bridge, sliding down a waterfall, the spear trap. They even put the same guy inside this movie. But there's a trap made out of human bones. Not only it's creepy as hell for the kids, it also reminds of the furniture in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is also made out of bones. While watching the movie, I noticed that most frames are taken straight from a horror movie. When the Goonies enter the basement, most shots are close-ups that show disorientation and despair in the characters. The lighting is mostly from above and from underneath the character. Some shots remind of other horror movies. And the most obvious clue that it's a horror movie is because inside is a monster.
Hi, sir. My name's Lawrence. So sometimes people call me Chunk.
This monster is called Sloth. His appearance is a combination of the Elephant Man and Quasimodo. Essentially, he looks like disfigured like Pluto from The Hills Have Eyes. His family chained him in the basement, away from the public eye, where he spends his days watching the TV. Abandoned and full of pain, he just wants company, someone who accepts him and doesn't think he's a freak.
Sloth, you're gonna live with me now. I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, Chuck.
Oh, I love you, Sloth.
However, unlike the horror movies, this movie is giving you constant hope and it leads to a positive outcome. And again, this is the end of the episode. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and find out how the cookie crumbles. Do you remember the Goonies? A skeleton man, I'm a pirate man, sorry. Born? Made in 1984, by the way. Although frames and partially lit it's a horror movie because inside is a monster. Okay. Gang of misfits called themselves Goonies. Called themselves dead. They maybe find a way out of the problems they have. To be evicted from their homes, they're going to find. This monster is called Sloth. His family chained him in the basement, away. However, unlike the horror movies, the ending of the horror movie. And again, wow.